Hello everybody, and welcome back. I'm Bringer of War, and this is World of Tanks. And here I have a replay of a game that I played about a week or two ago, and as you can see I am in a Tier 8 heavy platoon with my brother over there in the IS-3 and another clanmate, Yadith, who is also in the IS-3, and I'm driving the T32, Tier 8 American heavy tank. This is about as American as it gets in terms of tanks. This is a rather nice matchup for it. As you can see, we are top tier heavies in a tier 8 max game, going all the way down to a couple of poor tier 6s, really just two, the Fury and the Hellcat. But this is the tank that gets kind of a mixed reputation. Some people love it, some people hate it. It does kind of conform with the rest of the American heavy tanks and American tanks more generally, in that it is a bit of a jack-of-all-trades kind of tank. The real letdown and what earns this so much dislike amongst many players is the gun. This is the 105mm gun. It is the same top gun from the T29, the Tier 7 American heavy tank, and it only has 198 penetration on a Tier 8 heavy tank. A tier at which many other heavy tanks, such as the IS-3 that I planted a useless shot into at the beginning of the game, tanks like that have around 225, 226 penetration. So 198, you feel really undergunned. But what you're seeing here, that's the major advantage of the T32. This turret. This turret is damn near impenetrable. And if you're using the terrain as I've decided to use it here, and go hull down, you are damn near invulnerable. And there you go. There's another shot bouncing the Carnarvon, who I don't think has the top gun, so it's not a great example there. But this turret, if you work it, can be an amazing advantage, even if you're under-tiered, although that's not the case in this game. So to get into the game proper, I take out the Object 416, who is circled behind my brother, who has gone far to the left, and Yadith, who's taken a bit of a beating getting over there, is moving to join him. I beat up that Carnarvon who was going left, and it left him on fairly low health for all of his effort to get over there. And now, as I mentioned, I'm trying to use this terrain, use the turret of this tank, go hull down with this little dip. I was very aware at the time, and as you're probably thinking, well, this may not be the best of ideas, given that there is a Tier 7 American already in this game, the M12, on the other team, and the entire time I was praying and praying that he wouldn't decide to focus on me, because he probably can hit me in this position. But if he doesn't decide to focus on me, as is the case in this game, this can be a very strong position for a tank with so much gun depression and such a strong turret. So I'm trying to whittle down this T-34 without exposing too much of my hull. Though I will pause and add here that this hull is not very strong. It's not much better than the T-29's hull, if it is at all, really. I'm not entirely sure about that, to be honest. But the nice feature of this tank, and why some clans continue to bring it to Tier 8 detachments and other sorts of competitions, is look at that upper front plate. It's not amazing in terms of armor thickness, but the sloping is very nice. And so, in a setting like a Tier 8 detachment, where basically you can expect everyone to be firing heat ammo at you, it can be rather effective, because heat ammo does not react well with sloped surfaces. It needs flatter armor to dig itself into. So if you have a sloped upper plate, as the T-32 does, you can get away with bouncing quite a few heat rounds even off of your upper front plate. So back to the action here. Just pan out here. Still have the Carnarvon challenging my brother, and the KV-5, I believe, made it over there as well. And in front of me, a T-29 and a T-34, who aren't making the same kind of use of their armor as I was here. I get lucky and dodge the shot from the T-34, but don't get much luck with my own return shot. I don't think I have much luck with this either. I was trying to hit the cupola on the T-29, but no luck. That's a tank also with very strong turret armor, and then disaster strikes to my left. The KV-5 has made it around my brother, and I try to put a shot into his back, but all I do is track him. And my brother's hollering for help. Unfortunately, I don't get to do very much. There is still the wreck of Yadith's IS-3 in my way. Put a totally ineffectual shot into the side of the KV-5, and at this point I'm starting to sweat, thinking, uh-oh, I really better finish this guy off, or my brother's a dead man. And going for the cupola, and then decide to go for the back. Solid shot, goes in.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked.
You can see I'm checking behind me, and we're it. We are this flank. We're down 6-10. And then miss another shot into the... Well, I don't miss it. It bounces off the behind of the KV-5, who then bounces a shot off my turret. Same for the Carnarvon. Decide, alright, I gotta calm down, finish him off, do that. KV-5 removed from the game, but I'm still facing at least 3 tanks on this flank, alone. And the team is down 7-11. Carnarvon's putting a couple shots in, but this is not the most accurate gun, as you can see there. That's another complaint people have about this gun. The reticle is rather large, given the poor accuracy of this gun, and as you can see, the reticle is taking up the majority of the wrecks that are over there, and I don't really have a great hope of shooting between those wrecks. And now I have the T32 coming over the top. He's in a strong position. Luckily that KV-3 bounces off my turret and already pays attention to me for the first time in the game. But that's really about all he does in this game. Hate to spoil it for you, but I decide to take out the T32. I need to focus my attention in one direction. And so I turn towards the KV-3, get him to shoot my track, and I bounce off the front of the Carnarvon. And that's where I decide, okay, I'm going to load a couple of APCR rounds here, make sure I don't bounce any of these next couple shots, but I really need to put these shots in, take out these tanks if I have any hope of surviving. So I put one into the Carnarvon, leave him on 20 health. And the second shot finishes him off. I do have an SU-122 behind me, but he's not able to help me really at this point. KV-3 bounces another shot off of my turret. Put a shot into his lower plate. Don't even really need the APCR for this, and I believe this is the last APCR round I fire. That one goes in through the flat part on the top of the hull. No, okay, so one more APCR round, which, yep, there we go, bounces. So, and the KV-3's turret is a considerable weak spot on that tank, so it just kind of demonstrates a little bit that APCR is not an automatic win trick. You can't just load APCR and automatically win. You do have to aim. Luckily, again, the KV-3 bounces off me, I think off my upper plate that time, and final shot into his lower plate, and he's done. So, it's been a bit of a mess on this flank. I'm up to 5 kills, but I do have some backup coming in for a change, and looks like the SU and the T69 are interested in pushing with me, so I decided to move on up and try to bring this game to a close. We're now tied 11-11. And I'm slowly making my way forward. This tank does not have the best mobility, but it's workable. 30 kilometers an hour is workable. And I am kind of driving on a slope here. So there's their SU spotted, and our SU is really not paying attention to him. Not sure why. That is the second time that artillery paid any attention to me this game, and luckily all he did was track me. So I realize I've got to take out this SU and then turn to deal with the Hellcat and the T69. So that's the SU gone, 6 kills, top gun. Hellcat takes a meaty hit from the T69, and our STA-2 is moving up in the center to join us, it looks like. So I go around the corner, and I kind of hesitate because I wasn't sure if the T69 was behind him, so I take a useless hit from the Hellcat, or an unnecessary hit, rather, from the Hellcat, but I do take him out. The M12, I guess, figured that I would continue to move forward, so he misses his shot, and there's the T69. I am a bit cautious at this point, because if he has a full clip of heat ammo loaded, he can most certainly clip me, and I don't want to end what's been a very good game so far on such a sour note. So I'm taking my time, get a first shot into him. And the M12 still is in play, but he has a long reload, and I do have some hard cover here. T69's doing it out, and I move in, not to steal the kill, but to put a final shot in before that T69 can clip our own T69. So that's the end of him, and really there's just artillery left. And we know already where he is, so it's just a matter of taking out the scumbag, taking out the trash. And that T69 gave me my 8th kill, which gives me a Radley-Walter's medal, which still see my brother mistakes for a Walter Radley's medal and believes that it takes the 9 kills, so bit of a brain fart there, but don't get the kill in the M12, but another shot into another tank, particularly a scumbag, I'll take it. So overall, I think it was a pretty monster game, really enabled by, yes, the fact that I was top tier, but really this tank, and it, in particular, this tank's turret. It is an absolute monster, and if you don't have the T32, get it. If you already have it, and maybe you're kind of, I don't know, undecided on it, get it back, get playing with it, especially if you don't have the top turret. The first turret is total garbage and has less armor than a Sherman EZ8 at tier 6. That has worse armor than that turret. So you need the top turret, but once you have that, this tank becomes a complete beast. And we'll see just how much I was able to do with it in the post-game stats. So, as you can tell from this very filled out battle results screen, this was a very good game for me. Over 86,000 credits, just under 8,000 experience, though as you can see on the screen, that was tripled as this was played during some kind of recent special weekend event. And as you know from the battle, this earned me a Radley-Walters medal and a Top Gun medal, given the 8 kills that I got, but also a high caliber medal and, very unsurprisingly, a steel wall medal. Now, this was also my Ace Mastery badge and the T32, and as you can see in the Mission Progress tab on the bottom left, this battle also helped me complete Heavy Tank Mission 15 for the Stug 4, that is. So I'm a bit late in completing that mission in the personal missions, but I haven't been playing tanks like the T32 or the T29, which have those amazing turrets that can just help you soak up and bounce, really, not just soak up, bounce so much of the incoming fire and help you meet that target goal of 8,000 HP between how much damage you caused and received and blocked. Moving on to how much damage I caused, I got just under 5,900 damage, a number that I'm thrilled with. The gun does 300 damage a shot, around 300 damage, but still it's a very, very good amount. And I don't want to leave my brother and Yadith out of it. Each of them also did respectable amounts of damage in that battle, though unfortunately both of them were taken out rather early in the fight. And on this last tab, you can see that I blocked just under 4,300 worth of damage primarily with my turret. A couple shots hit the upper front plate, but that really is just a testament to how strong the armor is on this tank. So I hope you guys enjoyed this replay of what was probably one of my best games ever. And if you did enjoy it, please consider commenting, rating, or subscribing. It would really help me to get my channel off the ground, and I would really appreciate it. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.